Now, let's welcome Dr. Lam Ching-choi, JP. Dr. Lam is a specialist in pediatric and community medicine and is currently the Chief Executive Officer of Heaven of Hope Christian Service. Under his leadership, Heaven of Hope Christian Service is one of the pioneers in the provision of holistic care for the elderly in Hong Kong. Dr. Lam is a non-official member of the Executive Council of the Government of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region. He also serves as the chairman of the Elderly Commission to advise the government on the related policies. He's the Supervisory Board Member of the Hong Kong Housing Society. Dr. Lam has been honored by the HKSAR government with the Justice of Peace in 2003 and the Silver Bahana Star in 2019, respectively. In 2018, apart from receiving honorary fellowship from Lingnan University, Dr. Lam was also given the Asian Asia Global Asian Influencer Award for his devotion to public services and his influence on policymaking for the global Asian trend. Welcome, Dr. Lam.
Thank you very much, Vivian, for your very kind introduction. And actually, I don't know why I was invited to speak in this very important topic of productive life. And maybe the only reason is I'm quite senior, and I graduated in Hong Kong University Medical School for my MBBS in 1985. And Joseph stayed in St. John, and I stayed in Old Halls. And at that time, we still have 3 old buildings over there, and I stayed in the May Wing. And hopefully some of the audience today, the old college. And today, since I don't only have 10 minutes, and it is a very, very big topic, and I just want to disrupt a very traditional model of our lifespan, how we plan our life and in various stages. And in Hong Kong, despite the fact that we are a very sophisticated society, but we are still following a very, very traditional model of our lifespan planning. From birth onwards towards the age of 20-something, all depends on your education. And it is the learning stage. And you spend most of the time in learning, in education. And then you enter into the working stage onwards till retirement. And in Cantonese, we call it boksat. So we spend most of our time in working, earning our living. And especially in Hong Kong, our working hours are very long. And so most people are actually spending most of their time, apart from sleeping, in their work. And suddenly, at the age of 60 or now 65, no matter how successful that particular person is, he or she will be asked to retire suddenly. So ending into a resting stage. So we fraction our life according to the learning, working, and resting. And doing nothing else apart from that particular purpose in that stage. Learning entirely for learning, working entirely for working, and then suddenly resting, retiring, nothing to do after the retirement. There are a lot of pitfalls, shortcomings for this kind of life planning. First is unhealthy. I'm a pediatrician, and as mentioned by Vivian, I'm working in the Elderly Commission for many years. And I'm very happy to have Vivian as my member too now in Elderly Commission. And we all know it is a very unhealthy planning of our lives, since in Hong Kong, our school system is a very stressful one. And then working, very stressful, high pressure. So once we enter into the world, after our mother delivers us, we enter into a high stress levels stages, 2 stages, both the learning and the working. And it is nothing good for our health. And we have no time for rest, no time for exercise, and all these are good for our health. So we develop a lot of chronic disease. So in Hong Kong, we have a very high percentage of hypertension, diabetes, cancer. Cancer is now regarded as one of the chronic disease now. So despite the fact that we Hong Kong people, we enjoy the longest life expectancy in the world, but actually we are not healthy at all. So this is the main reason why we are not healthy, because we just don't have time to develop a healthy lifestyle during our youngsters years, and also during our adulthood. So once and when we are aware of our bad health, it's too late, because we have developed all these chronic disease during maybe at the age of 30, 40, or 50. And the second reason of not good in staging our lives like that, it is actually not adaptive, not good in this postmodern era. You know, the society changing so rapidly now, and everything change not in terms of years now, is in terms of months or even weeks or days. So actually what we learned many, many years ago, even in the university, as a doctor, I know it, all those being taught in the medical school is not relevant at all today in our practice. And the theory and the treatment, all these have been changed for many, many times. And so if we just keep our learning in our first maybe 20-something years, and what we learned is irrelevant now. So the changing scenario demands us to learn even after your retirement. Because I just received my vaccination. You know what? You guys, if you want to be vaccinated, you need to download, you need to online booking, and then you need to download your EHR, which is your health record. And if you are smart enough, you can use the I Am Smart, and so that you can keep your vaccination record. And if you are not updated in IT or using an iPhone or whatever, you just can't manage to live. So even in your post-retirement living, you need to learn a lot. So in this postmodern world, actually you just can't afford to divide your life in stages. And the third and the most important reason of not good in staging our lives like that is, you know, as I just mentioned, Hong Kong people, we enjoy the longest life expectancy in the world. That means we are facing an aging population. Actually, Hong Kong is already an aged society, and we're entering into a super aged society like Japan very soon. That means the good news is we have more years to enjoy. And the bad news is after your retirement, you might live 30 years. Sometimes if you're lucky, I don't know whether we should call it lucky or unlucky, you may live another 40 years without learning and without doing any job. And can you imagine that? Can you rest? Can you travel? Can you just sit here in the beach or hiking for 40 years? Come on. So it is not good financially and also not good psychologically for our health. So, and also it is not good for the society. So we all at a sudden, we force people into retirement, and we are kicking out all these people with very good skill, very good knowledge, very good experience from contributing to the society. So it is a no-brainer actually in an aged society still have a retirement policy. So what's my proposal then? My proposal is very simple. We should do all these three things: learning, working, resting, all together in all those three stages of your life stages, which is more healthy, both to yourself and the society. And unfortunately, I would say, usually our society, our structure, our system, our HR system, all these kind of things may not adapt as quickly as the society change. So my advice to you is to do it by yourself first. Make sure that you are doing all these three main purposes of your life in whatever age. Many people ask me, you must be very busy. Yes, I'm doing 2 to 3 jobs at a time. But one thing I must make sure myself is doing is I have enough rest. I usually sleep around 8 hours a day, very good sleep. And second, make sure you have time for exercise. So if you know me, you know I'm a very keen cyclist, and I'm cycling more than 200 kilometers a week. And another aim for myself is I climbed Daimosan, which is the highest mountain in Hong Kong, at least once every week by cycling. So so this is my simple proposal to you, and I hope you find this conducive to your productive life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lam. And I do agree that we should, as mentioned by Dr. Lam, I'm actually the member of the Elderly Commission, and we are working very hard on looking at age from a very different perspective. One of it is, of course, to introduce this non-stage or more dynamic perspective. And this is also the reason why we want to introduce aging literacy and the Geron-infusion education to our university students as early as possible. It would be a little bit late for me to introduce aging when you reach 60 or 65, that would be too late. And if we can actually understand what does it mean a lifespan, and also how lifespan can embrace learning, working, and resting together, regardless of our age, and our society would definitely become much more productive. And individuals, families, and the societies, and also the world, and even our future generations will get benefit from our commitment and our action.